Hi, this is Rachel from RightStart. You had a question about Level F, Lesson 145, Worksheet 126, doing inscribed circles and finding that center point by bisecting the angle. So let me show you how to do a couple of these, and then you can figure out the rest. But let me line it up. First of all, I've got this lined up. The first triangle here is going to use the 30-60 triangle to bisect the angles. So I'm going to line this up at that corner. These are all 60-degree angles, and I'm using my 30-degree angle to just split it up. So that's what I'm going to do. So here I have the one. I'm going to flip it around. And here I have the second angle that I'm bisecting. Splitting it in half, let's see, there. And then the top one's easy because they're just going to go straight down from the top to the bottom. Oops, I'm off just a little bit, but I think I've got enough to be able to inscribe my circle. So I'm going to find that center point, line up this point in here on that, and then I'm going to find a line where this line meets. I'm going to find a circle that pretty much matches that line. So here's the circle I'm going to use, and I'm just going to draw my inscribed circle like that. So that is the first one. Now the second one, I can use my 45 triangle for this first angle. This is a 90-degree angle. 90 divided by 2 is 45. So I can use the 45 angle on my triangle to bisect this angle. But now I measured these in advance. This here is a 50-degree angle, and this here is a 40-degree angle. I cannot bisect this. I only have 45, 30, and 60. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. So none of those angles work. So let me show you how to find the size of the angle. First of all, I'm going to line this up. I see that that is, you probably can't see that because it's mixed in with the words, but that is 50 degrees. Half of 50 is 25, so I'm going to close this down. I'm holding this still the same. Close this to about 25, and I'm going to hold both of these legs here, and I'm going to just draw my little line. I'm not going all the way to the top, but I'm giving myself close. To the top, here's my main point. This is where I'm wanting. Then now here is a 40-degree angle. So here's my 40 degrees, and I need to cut that in half, which is going to be about 20. So I'm going to slide this down to 20 degrees. I'm going to hold it very still and draw my line. And then now I have pretty close to a center point, and I'm going to line this up and again find a line that find a dot that matches this pretty closely. I'm going to choose that one. I'm off just a little bit. Oops, I lost my lid here. And there you go. Okay, so you're going to do the same sort of thing here. We're going to measure our angles, cut them in half, and use and just bisect that, and then use our compass. I can't get it out. Our compass to solve that. Let me come down to the bottom one. This is going to be a little trickier. It's actually easier, but let me show you some tools. First of all, this is a square. We know each of these angles on the square is 90 degrees, so I can use my 45 triangle to bisect this. So I'm going to just do that, crisscross, if you will. So that one's kind of easy. Because I already know the angles, and I have a 45 tool that I can use to draw my 45 angles, bisect those angles. Now, the rest of them, what I am going to choose to do is I'm going to line up point to point. This is the easiest way of doing that, of bisecting these angles, because they're opposite of one another. So I'm going to do it line up here, side to side, and then line up here. That one wasn't overly accurate, but I'm just doing this really quick. And again, now I have my center point. Here I have my center point. Oops, I covered it up. Here I have my center point to draw my circle with. Here I have a center point, and I'll do the same thing on this final One, I'm going to go opposite sides, opposite side to side here, point to point. And here I have this one to this one. So you see how I'm doing this. I'm lining up my points, my vertices. And this is just the easiest way to do this particular shape. And by doing this, I am finding my center point that I will use for my inscribed circle. So I didn't do this overly accurate, I did this really quick, but we do have enough point that I'm going to be able to use my compass, my safety compass, to draw a circle within there. So anyway, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. Bye-bye.